Welcome to Hyperspace Prospector. I'll be reviewing Sanctuary, a Bad Batch novel by Lamar Giles. Really pretty cover here. In the timeline, it is set a little bit after Echo has left, but before Crosshair is back. So they have just landed on Pabu. We had the huge wave come and hit the city, and they're in the aftermath of trying to rebuild from that. So the Bad Batch is kind of trying to decide, do we stay on Pabu? Is this our new home? Or do we just kind of go back to what we were doing, being on the run, taking jobs, basically becoming the Firefly crew?
Had a good day. Half the people on the ship have been shot or wounded, including yourself, and you're harboring known fugitives.
We're still flying.
That's not much.
It's enough.
Good news is we have tech. Bad news, no Crosshair. I had a lot of fun with this book. It is not perfect, but it is definitely enjoyable. Bad Batch is my absolute favorite part of Star Wars. As much as I love the High Republic, it's Bad Batch. This feels like it could be an episode, or maybe even a two-parter. First of all, I adore that we get so much Tech and Fee flirting. Like, the chemistry between those two was off the charts, and yet it really still felt like Tech. And there's this hilarious moment in there when they have to stay the night, and Fee's like, I'm gonna get some rooms. Be a shame if we had to share rooms and there was only one bed. And Tech's like, oh yeah, let me know how that turns out, if we have to share a room. Honestly, that is my biggest quibble, is that we did not get more of that. We had a lot, but I wanted more. I want an entire novel that is a Tech and Fee romance novel. Please make that happen. All right. Unfortunately for those of us who are not Hunter fans, this is from Hunter's POV primarily. We jump into other people's headspaces a little bit. As I mentioned, we get Tech, we get a tiny bit of Wrecker. We really needed more Wrecker. He was hilarious. You kind of need a primary POV person, and that was Hunter. So Hunter Bad Batch fans, you are going to love this book so much. He is so angsty. Oh my goodness. But he's my least favorite of Bad Batch. So I was kind of mildly annoyed all the time. I was like, we're back in Hunter's POV? Why? On the other side, if you are a Hunter fan, you're going to be having so much fun. I really wish we had had some Echo. We barely got a reference to him. Crosshair, on the other hand, although he's not physically present in this book, the few times he's referenced completely changes the plot. Like, everyone misses him so much and is so traumatized by what happened with him that you just say the name Crosshair and everyone just like, including myself as the reader. He has so much weight in this book. He has a presence even though he's not in it. Like, you can feel Crosshair in this book, and I do like this one phrase from Hunter. Whenever something is going terribly wrong, he's like, same Drook, different day. I feel that every time I get up in the morning and I read the news. Like this morning, I got up and opened the news. It's like, innocent man killed in Chicago by ICE. I'm like, same Drook, different day. Speaking of people who like to drag innocent folks off the street and kill them, we have a great new villain in this book. Celia. She is so creepy. She likes to plant a tree for each person she takes down. So she'll lure someone out to her grove, one of her many groves, and we'll have a pre-dug grave for them, and she'll be like, I have a tree for you. Yeah, the descriptions of just how over the top her decor is. It has all the latest fancy stuff. She has this huge sprawling mansion. All these thugs at her command. Basically, she hurts animals, which really annoys Omega, obviously, who loves animals and is just all around evil. Hmm. Our other antagonist was the ISB. We had a really interesting agent. He has his own agenda beyond the Empire, which is always fascinating. So, similar to Mitra Nuru Oro, he's just kind of using the Empire for his own agenda. And when it no longer lines up, he will suddenly look like an ally because he's against the Empire. But really, no, he's always just doing his own thing. He was just a really fascinating character. One of the best things about this book, honestly. I've really enjoyed his story. The two things that to me were a little bit off that brought me out of the story a bit. Number one, although I'd say 75% of the time, the author just nails the characters perfectly. There's that 25% of the time where there are word choices where I was like, I don't think Tech would use that word. I think this needed one more editing pass by a super fan to just be like, let's just swap these words out. And then number two was the pacing. The first section was really well done, but unfortunately, it felt like the same problem that Game of Thrones had in its final season, where all the other seasons had this really deliberate pacing, very detailed. And then at the end, it was like, oh no, we have like 6 episodes worth of stuff to cram into one episode. Nobody's gonna notice, right? This ending felt like they were trying to cram 7 or 8 chapters into one chapter. Or maybe it's 2. It just felt really weird. The ending story was great, but it's like you had this really nice pacing all the way to here, and you expected the pacing to kind of continue through into the denouement, and it did not. It just was kind of sped up, like someone floored a car, and I was like, what is happening? There should be this much more book left, and there's like this much left. In other words, I guess I could say it should be longer. Just a little bit, just a skosh, so that we could keep the pacing consistent. All that being said, I loved this book. I'm going to reread it, I'm sure, many times, mostly for Tech and Feet because they are so adorable. This is worth reading just for that. And then Omega befriending every creature she comes across, no matter how dangerous. She is so Boba Fett's sister. Like, clearly Boba's sister in this book. I'm going to look at some more specific notes now. Back to Fee. So, I love her, okay? I loved her on the show. I love her in this book. And her attitude is just so funny. So she rolls into these towns with the current Bad Batch behind her. And everyone is like, hi, who are you? And she's like, oh, I'm Fee. And these are my husbands. And we're like, Fee. And the funny part is people are just accepting. They're like, oh, okay. Your husbands look very nice. The docking fee is 10 credits or whatever. Every town she does something different. So the next town she's like, hi, I'm Fee. These are my lawyers. Every time she comes up with something different. And it is always completely over the top. I was waiting for her to roll up into one of those towns and be like, I'm Fee. And these are my personal shoppers. You can just imagine the look on like Hunter's face when she introduces them with these outrageous backstories. All right, let's go look at my additional notes. They're doing a bit of a Robin Hood caper here, and I just loved this little side remark about the galaxy's rich elite billionaires. Omega offered a drink to the nearest attendee, who accepted it greedily as the kitchen door slid shut. These beings accepted everything greedily, even what they had no rightful claim to. Thus, the mission. This was a really, honestly, wise observation by Fee. When she and Tech are having an actually serious conversation, they do more than flirt. And Tech is just talking about kind of the aftermath of Order 66, everything being awful in the galaxy. Well, the way he puts it is an overabundance of unseen variables, but you know, Tech. I feel like I should be like in a Fee pose right now. Okay, this is better. This feels more her. You got surprised sometimes. You had to improvise sometimes. But you've never truly been in over your head. How did you reach that conclusion? Because when you're really in over your head, you drown. I'm still here. You are too. Until that changes, we're doing exactly what we're supposed to. It was a whimsical notion, but Tech liked it. He liked a lot of what Fee said. Okay, the point of this is, as overwhelming as it can feel right now, especially if you're informed at all about what's going on in the world, you're not drowning because you're still here. You're still here. Oh, here's a cute moment that I bookmarked. Tech and Fee are grocery shopping. So, you know that scene in Andor? It's basically that scene, but with two equally adorable characters. They're looking for calf powder together, and they're like talking about whether or not clones should have children. The cuteness overload in this chapter. Give us a Tech and Fee romance novel. In conclusion, this novel, in my opinion, should be The Bad Batch. Hunter's extremely stressful week. If you're a Bad Batch fan in any way, you need to get this book. If you ship Tech and Fee, why don't you already have this book? And if you're just a regular Star Wars fan who's like, Bad Batch, I mean, it was fun, you're going to say, huh, yeah, this is fun. And if you don't like the Bad Batch, no, that's not possible. That is just not possible. So I would give this 3 of 5 stars, I guess. I mean, I don't really have a ranking system for books. I just want to warn you, it's not perfect. This is like the calf at the grocery store that Fee and Tech found, where it's not the ideal calf that they wanted, but it is still calf and it's still a really good drink, and you're gonna enjoy it. Dun 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 dun.